Hi, welcome to Baseball Weekly. My name is Tyler.
I'm Taylor.
It's the first day of the High 10 playoffs here, so we're here with Josh Hendricks from Mills. Before we get going, we'll kind of update you on where we are in these playoffs. First day, obviously, but it's looking like Bertha gets a bye, DL gets a bye. And the winner of this game, it's Mills versus Bluffton, moves on and plays Bertha. And then in the bottom half of the bracket, it's Frazee at Deer Creek, I believe, and the winner goes and plays DL.
Yep.
So top 4 teams make it. And I mean, you guys are pretty, you guys have seen Bluffton twice.
Yeah.
Is that right? You guys have played one 16-inning game, one 9-inning game, so you're a little bit familiar with them?
Yeah, the first game of the year, we beat them 4-2 and it went 16 innings. I don't think any runs were scored from the 6th inning on until about the 6th inning, so I mean, it was pretty big defensive battle. And then the 4th of July game, they pulled on. They got one, honestly, beat us by 1 run. So.
Yeah. Back and forth, though, if I remember right.
Yeah, we actually covered that game, that July 3rd game. We were here. We caught a lot of that, and it was a pretty good game. And just, so you guys split with them this year.
Yep.
One thing when we see these amateur teams, we know a lot of people. Usually we know the players in the other team. This is a lot like the Perm Dent team, where you guys probably went to school with a lot of these guys.
Oh, a lot of them, yeah. And a lot of them, we played on state baseball with each other in high school. You know, we played football, basketball, wrestling, whatever it was. You know, we were teammates with these guys growing up. So there's a lot of you know, a little rivalry, but it's pretty friendly. So.
Sure.
Yeah, well, one thing about this High 10 tournament, it seems like every year, it doesn't matter if you win the High 10 or you get 4th.
Right.
Once regions happens, crazy things usually go down.
And then the High 10 is pretty competitive mostly. You know, 1 through 6, it's pretty competitive. And but once you get to regions, you know, anything goes. You get to draft guys and add to your pitching staff, and so yeah.
And as you say, in those 1 through 4, as long as you make it, that's where you get to draft those guys.
Right,
and you bring them pitchers into your team. You can only draft pitchers, no catchers or no one else. They can only throw. But you get a couple good guys who can chuck the ball. It can make a big difference for your team.
We'll look at Bluffton last year, state drafting Gunnar Johnson. So I mean, that's a big.
Yeah.
Well, and that I believe. Did Bluffton play Nimrod first round? And I think Nimrod threw Brockfiler instead of Gunner.
They did.
And then I think Bluffton snuck past him.
They thought they were going to get Bluffton.
Yep. And then I think Nimrod played us the second round, and then we saw Gunner and knocked him out. So they went 2 games with one of the best best arms in the tournament, and they were out like that.
They were out quick. Yep. So that's ball.
Yeah. And then of course Bluffton went on. They beat us for that game to go into state, and then Bertha beat them in the championship.
Yep.
But they got to draft Gunner, just like you said, and they win a game down at the state tournament, and they're really competitive. And I think throughout this tournament, whoever's playing the best defense is going to win this tournament, I would guess.
Defense and pitching.
Yeah.
So it's Friday night tonight. We go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then next weekend we start Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
For seeding,
Yep. And obviously no one wants to look ahead, but winner of this game gets Bertha.
They do.
And most likely either Jordan or Patrick. Winner goes to state, or goes to regions, I should say, right?
Yep. And you know, I don't like to look past it either, but also if you don't happen to get by Bertha, a team like Mills or Bluffton is set up pretty nicely to get a team like Frazee, who has struggled and is very young, and they'll get them to go to regions as the winner. So
young teams around this time, it's tough. You never know what happens. Depending on how the Legion team does, if that Legion team keeps winning,
that teams have players otherwise. So
so it's it's always an interesting time of the year, but it's exciting. It's a pretty nice night. Wind's blowing in a little, so definitely defensive battle. Josh is pitching tonight. We're assuming Dustin's pitching for those guys, and we're ready for a good one, I guess.
Kind of the season finale here. You guys split one, so it'll be fun to see how these guys go here.
Match here for us.
So 2 out of 3 comes.
We forgot to mention on the bracket, Henning and Perm ineligible for playoffs. So when you get the 8 teams in, you get 4 teams in regions. That's why we take 4 teams. So now 4 out of the 6 teams left are going to make regions.
Pretty good odds.
And 2 teams are going to be golfing a little bit earlier than everyone else.
Henning was ineligible. They had a guy a 1/5 of a mile was found. He was out of the radius. So they're out, they're ineligible. And Perm, we had a guy we signed but was not cleared or was not living here by March 15th.
And it's a goofy situation. It sounds like next year he's good to go. He's got a job in Perm, and we'll see what happens, I guess.
Sounds good.
But good luck tonight, Josh.
Guys.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah, it's I can't believe it's already first week of our first day, I guess, of the High 10 playoffs. summer flew by. I mean,
Yeah.
But it's going to be a good one. Like Josh said, every team in the high 10 can compete. And I know Bertha has been sitting on top for quite a while.
Yep.
But sometimes I think when you feel comfortable, that's usually when bad things happen. Although Steve does a good job, I'm sure they're going to be ready to play
Yeah,
baseball.
Bertha has been on top for a while. I think they've made 6, maybe even 7 straight trips to the state tournament. They've been there the last 5 or 6 years, and they know they're a very experienced team. They've been together a long time, and they got a skipper who keeps them in line. So they're doing the right things. But when it comes down to the tournament, it's anyone's game. So if you guys have some time, come out, check out these games on the weekends. It's a great time to come out, watch amateur ball. It gets competitive. You get to see some good balls, some good arms, and it's a great time to spend your weekends.
And a lot happens during the regular season. Guys are missing for a million reasons. Usually playoff time comes, everyone's ready to go, and you usually get 9 innings of really good baseball.
Yeah, just like everyone else, these guys are working.
Yep.
So at times it's hard for teams to field 9. DL, Perm, every team has trouble fielding 9 guys at some point during the season. But usually when playoffs comes up, everyone gets their team together, they get the squad ready, and it's full goal from there.
I heard a pretty funny quote in that Jim Capel article I mentioned a few weeks ago. They asked an amateur ball player, what do you do for a living? And he said, well, I play baseball for a living, and I work full time to support my habit. And that's we kind of forget that, all these guys out here, full-time jobs, and then when they get done with the hard day's work, they get to come have fun and play baseball.
And they come right after work. We have a lot of guys on our team bust their butts to get there, and they're there right before the game. They leave right after work, and it's all just to play ball. It's a great time of the year. It's a great league that we're in, and it's fun to watch. So
actually, Kyle Dykoff's doing double duty today. He just got done coaching the 13-year-olds team. So a guy like that, he's on a baseball diamond all summer long, and he wouldn't have it any other way. But it should be an awesome game. We're going to sit in for a good one here, and we'll keep updating you on this high 10 tournament. We'll roll right into regions and just keep you guys informed.
We also got, though, coming up, VFW and Legion. We haven't talked about them in a while. VFW just clinched the #1 seed, if I'm right. Kyle Van Dyke and his squad went back to Moorhead, where he was originally from, been there all his life, and so he got to go back, play his hometown, and it went 19 innings. The game went 19 innings, and they ended up winning it in the end. And did they take 2? I think they played 2.
They did. 19 innings, I've never heard anything like that. Even when Josh said 16 innings, I've never. That's crazy too. That's only 7 extra innings though, because amateurs 9.
Yeah.
VFW 7 innings, and then they went 12 more.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. They'll never forget that.
Just about 3 games in one night, just in that 19-inning ball game.
Yeah. Oh, and then Legion. They're going to have 1 or 2 seed. Thing with that Legion tournament, it's crazy. I mean, we love this tournament, but Legion, when you play 9 innings, all of a sudden, and you have pitching counts and all sorts of issues, that double limb bracket is crazy.
You have younger arms. The games get stretched out to 9 innings, so pitching becomes a lot more important. You got to kind of statistically, and you have to figure out what's going on, because you run out of pitchers. No matter how good you are, you're putting yourself in a tough situation.
Yeah. And you said it. You kind of have to plan for a long tournament. I coached for those 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, whatever it was. But every single time, every time I coached, it was. Aside from last year, we saw Fergus Falls get first, Moorhead get second, and us get third. And what I noticed, every single championship game, you had 2 aces going together. So somehow you throw those aces first day, and hopefully you can throw them for 3 or 4 innings and get someone else in there. And then you save them and you tell them, we want 1 game from you. And that's usually what happens. Perm's got a couple guys, and I know Bemidji's got a couple guys. Moorhead's more of a hitting team, but they always have a couple guys that surprise you. Yep. But that's a fun tournament, and it's right in Perm at that awesome Tuffy Stadium at L. Kruger Field.
Yeah, they'll be hosting
so we're excited for that, and we'll be there for that most of the time.
Yes.
But that tournament, if you are just going to sit in and watch, and baseball's a pretty there's a lot to the game, but that's another curveball, I guess you could say, that some people forget about is managing your innings, and kind of, like you said, trying to figure out how you're going to throw who against who.
You come out watch an exhibition game, it's going to be great baseball. But when you come watch a tournament, there's a lot more that goes into the tournament, as we were just saying, and you get to see where the coaching and all that really comes out, because they have to plan ahead for these games. They have to save their arms, and it's no longer just a game a night. They got to plan, they got to save their arms and make a trip to try to get down to state.
Yeah, it's that as far as coaching goes, that's one of the most fun aspects for me, trying to plan that out, because every once in a while it works. Every once in a while it works, and then you're sitting pretty good. I talked to Josh before the game. He's starting tonight, and he told me right away, super short leash.
Yep.
Short leash, and I told him, when you got arms, that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
You go until they start hitting you. Hopefully you play defense and throw strikes, and then you got a good guy sitting behind you in the bullpen. You can bring him in third, fourth inning, as long as whenever you need him.
Yeah. Well, good luck to both teams. Miller's got new uniforms this year. Looks like Bluffton just
They
pulled out
sure
some
do.
new ones
They look
as well.
really nice.
So come out, watch these games. They're going to be on the weekend. It's going to be fun to watch these tournaments play out. We'll keep you informed on VFW and Legion and Amateur as it goes on.
We'll sprinkle in some Babe Ruth. We haven't talked about that. There's been we saw some little leaguers last week, but
yeah. So keep your ears open. Come watch a game or two and see how things go. And we'll see you next time on Baseball Weekly.